Okay, it's time for the safety video.
First, we need to set some basic rules and expectations along with boundaries for members on your team. This includes students and mentors. How can we make your team a safe place for everyone? Think about what kinds of behavior are acceptable and appropriate. Today, we are going to talk about 3 kinds of behavior: healthy, concerning, and abusive, or green light, yellow light, and red light behavior.
Healthy behavior, or green light behavior, is always appropriate and what members of the team should be using at all times. A common example of this behavior that many of you may know is gracious professionalism.
Hi, I'm Haley from Team 4499, the Highlanders, and I'm going to share with you what GP means to me. Being graciously professional is being kind and humble to everyone you meet, respecting their time, and treating them as if they're important, because they are. Gracious professionalism allows us to work with a variety of groups to achieve great things.
Gracious professionalism means cheering on other teams and always being a good friend and neighbor.
El profesionalismo con grandeza es poder ser competitivo, mientras al mismo tiempo tener diversión, poderse divertir y ayudar a otros y ser amable con otros. Gracious professionalism means being competitive while still being nice and kind to other teams.
This type of healthy behavior is expected. It creates a positive impact and improves everyone's experiences. To respond to this behavior, simply respond with the same healthy behavior by saying thank you.
Hey, nice job!
Thank you.
Concerning behavior or yellow light behavior gets a bit more complicated. These situations can show up in many different ways. It may look like anything from roughhousing to hurtful language to someone wanting to spend time alone with a team member. These situations are harder to respond to because they are uncomfortable and largely depend on the situation. A good first step in handling these situations is to advocate for yourself. Directly tell the person that they're making you uncomfortable and why. Remind them of the rules they're violating. Additionally, you could also tell a trusted adult or authority member.
Hey Shane, what are you working on? Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
Let's look at this scenario. What could be done better? How could we improve the situation? Now let's look at the same scenario a little bit differently.
Hey Shane, what are you working on? Oh my god, that looks so good.
This is my personal space. I would prefer it if you didn't touch me as much.
I'm just a really touchy person. I'm sorry. You know what? You're right. That's your personal space. If it makes you uncomfortable, I respect that. So let's see what you're working on.
What was different here? To start, the students did a great job advocating for themselves, which can be hard when talking to a person in power. They clearly stated what the mentor was doing and how that made them feel. As shown, it's incredibly important to advocate clearly and productively for yourself or others when you witness something concerning happening. Here, the mentor also really listened to the student. They acknowledged what they did was wrong or inappropriate. They ensured it would not happen again. No matter the situation, who it is important for the person in the wrong to recognize and acknowledge what they did and how to change their behavior in the future to create a safer, healthier environment for everyone.
As seen, it's not just students who are in the wrong. Mentors should be held accountable to the same standards as students, even if this behavior may not be inherently obvious to them. Here, we'll look at how else this might look. The first clip will be an unnecessarily aggressive tone, and the second will be how the mentor can do better using the tools we have just seen above.
What are you, stupid? You're acting like a kindergartner. I feel like your response was immature.
Okay, I understand. I'll do better.
You were told to clean up. It's time to get going. Maybe you guys can nap a little bit.
If you ever do something like that again, you're off the team.
Okay.
Make sure you have supervision next time.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that.
Each of these examples show that there are healthier ways to do and say things. In other words, there's always a green light behavior for any yellow or red light behavior. It's important to think about your words and actions and how they may affect other people. Even if it seems minor to you, it may not be to other people. It's always better to take time to cool off than act irrationally in the moment. Mentors and students alike are both capable of inappropriate behaviors.
Abusive behavior, or red light behavior, is the most severe type of behavior. These behaviors are never tolerated. They consist of offensive language and gestures, bullying, threatening, or hazing, and physical, verbal, emotional, or sexual abuse. These are the most extreme types of situations and should never occur. This behavior is the most difficult to respond to because it may be frightening or intimidating. If you witness any of these situations, you can yell for help, dial 911, or tell a trusted adult. Let's look at an example. Even if you're not directly involved, there's always something you can do. Let's see how this could go differently.
Whoa, hey, are you okay?
No, one of the other students hit me.
That is very not okay. Let's go talk to a mentor. Okay.
Hey, we had something we needed to talk to you about.
Yeah, what's up?
I was with Alex, and we were cutting metal, and I cut a piece of metal wrong, and then he hit me.
Oh my God, are you okay? I'm so sorry that happened.
I mean, I would just like if you talk to him, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely, I can do that.
Okay, so I really think we should have something like a magnetic sensor.
Hey,
on
Alex.
Yeah, sorry.
I need you to talk to you in the hallway real fast.
Okay, yeah.
I heard what happened with you and Sarah earlier today. We have a zero tolerance policy for electronic behavior on this team. There's going to be some serious consequences for what you did.
Yeah, I know I was acting irrationally, and I'll apologize and I will accept the consequences.
Abusive behaviors can often happen slowly and then progress over time. Remember, it is always better to stand up and tell someone if you or anyone else is being mistreated. There may be several different outcomes depending on the situation, but it is important that you are doing everything you can to create a healthy environment. Keep in mind that if you are an older or more experienced student, you may be intimidating and considered more powerful to younger and/or less experienced teammates, even if you don't feel that way about yourself. Make sure that you use your experience to be supportive and not harmful.
Let's talk about what happens when rules on your team are broken. Set some rules for different situations. Concerning and abusive behavior can come up in many different forms. Examples of emotionally abusive behavior may include being demeaning or disrespectful, verbal threats, social isolation, intimidation, unreasonable demands, or attacking self-esteem. This behavior could lead to actual discrimination against somebody for their race, sex, gender, disability, or anything that makes them different. Discrimination comes in lots of forms, including jokes or comments that make someone feel bad. Physically abusive behavior is the use of physical force against someone that causes bodily injury or the risk of bodily injury. This abuse could be planned or impulsive, as it may come out of frustration or internalized issues. Finally, sexual behaviors may come in the form of inappropriate physical or non-physical contact. This may include, but is not limited to, inappropriate jokes or innuendos, or non-consensual physical contact.
It's important to think about who you can rely upon in a time of need. Think about a mentor or authority figure that you can trust, and never ignore concerning or abusive behavior. Make sure that you feel heard and respected on your team, and helps keep your team's first experience safe and fun for everyone.
A piece of metal wrong, and then they...
If you ever do something like that again, you're off the team.
Red light moments should never be tolerated.
Something like a line break sensor.
Red light moments should never
Hey,
be
Alex.
tolerated.